and your pursuits.
K-A-E-R-C-H-E-R
spells out their full-service insurance services, ranging from commercial to bonds to personal, from life to health, and more. Contact the team at KarcherInsurance.com and let our experience work for you. That's K-A-E-R-C-H-E-R Insurance.com.
Contact Karen and the team at Karcher Insurance at 1-844-421-3560. That's 844-421-3560.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every day. Medical marijuana is my last resort, and it helps me when all other drugs have failed. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
We have your smoking section right here. This is the Cannabis Radio Network.
This is the USA Radio Business Report. I'm Russ Jones. Want someone or something to respond to an email for you? Well, correspondent Larry Olson reports Google has a new bot response for that.
The feature coming to Gmail's Inbox email app will automatically suggest 3 short replies for incoming messages based on the context of the message. It works by scanning the incoming emails, then using machine learning to formulate a natural language reply. Google says the more you use the feature, the better its suggestions will become. I'm Larry Olson.
Computer games company Activision Blizzard is set to buy the company that created Candy Crush. It's a deal worth almost $6 billion. Activision says the purchase of King Digital Entertainment will make it a global leader in interactive entertainment across multiple platforms. Powered by westernjournalism.com, this is the USA Radio Business Report. I'm Russ Jones.
This is USA Radio News. I'm Melody Burkett. New Speaker Paul Ryan says the House will not just pass the big Trans-Pacific trade deal without scrutiny.
They just sent the text this morning. So we have a lot of work to do to review this agreement. And we do not rubber stamp anything around here, let alone trade agreements.
In a Capitol briefing, Ryan called himself a strong supporter of free trade, but says the House will carefully consider the pact. The House and Senate can approve it or reject it, but may not make any changes to it. President Obama has argued that the deal is aimed at countering China's rising economic influence in a sprawling Asia-Pacific region. The deal is opposed by many Democrats and organized labor. The number of people applying for unemployment benefits is higher than expected. The Labor Department says it received 276,000 first-time requests. Today's number matches a 2-month high and is the largest weekly gain since late last February. This is USA Radio News, powered by westernjournalism.com. I'm Melody Burkett.
Now, kid, I know you look at me and think, man, that guy knows everything. And you're right, I do. But occasionally even I get stumped. I know, hard to believe. But when I need help, I get it from Grainger. Grainger can solve just about anything, from finding the right products to advice on installation to troubleshooting. Grainger gets me what I need right when I need it. When a guru needs a guru, who does a guru call? Guru calls Grainger. Get it? Got it? Good. Call, click Grainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get your Plenty card at Exxon or Mobil and start earning points at lots of places.
So I get points for filling up at Exxon?
You sure do.
What about getting coffee at Mobil?
Points.
Streaming TV shows on Hulu?
Definitely.
Points on my AT&T wireless bill?
Yep.
Buying soap?
At Rite Aid.
Buying you a birthday present?
Points at Macy's.
Visiting your parents?
No. You get marriage points.
Oh.
Exxon and Mobil are the only fuel brands that are part of Plenty, the rewards program that lets you earn points at one place and use them at another. Join Plenty for free through a participating Exxon or Mobil station today. Terms and limitations apply. See plenty.com/partners for details.
Democratic presidential hopefuls are getting ready for a candidates forum tomorrow night. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton squares off against Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders and former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley. Clinton has rebounded in the polls after a marathon testimony before the House Select Committee on Benghazi. Sanders is expected to accuse Clinton of changing positions on a number of key issues, including the massive Asia-Pacific trade deal. O'Malley will try to distinguish himself from Clinton and Sanders and gain some traction in the 2016 race. A new poll on preterm birth says the Pacific Northwest is helping lead America when it comes to work on the problem of preterm births. Dr. Siobhan Dolan says cooperation among hospitals is one reason for the region's success.
Seattle and Washington State in general both received an
A. So that is really terrific news.
Portland, Oregon is the best city on this year's March of Dimes premature birth report card. This is USA Radio News, powered by westernjournalism.com. I'm Melody Burkett.
Did you know the government is scheming to seize your retirement and bank accounts? Hi, David Fisher, CEO of Landmark Capital Gold Group. Get the facts in a white paper called How to Protect Your Retirement and Bank Accounts from Government Seizure. Transfer your 401k or IRA into physical gold and silver and take possession with no tax liability. Call Landmark Capital at 844-879-8882. That's 844-879-8882 or landmarkgold.com.
Claims of left-wing bias in the press are gaining traction because of Monday's tragedy at UC Merced. Senior correspondent Jason Wirt has more.
Mainstream media outlets have been delaying reports of the name of the man who stabbed 4 people at the University of California, Merced. The attacker? Faisal Mohammed. Media outlets are also ignoring the obvious similarities between this attack and the attacks on Jews called for by Islamic extremists in the Middle East. Chris Agee of Western Journalism tells USA Radio News this is another example of left-leaning media outlets attempting to spin the story.
They are trying their best to protect an administration that has been delinquent in protecting us and adequately addressing Islamic extremism. To a certain extent, they're trying to protect the Islamic community as a whole, who, quite frankly, hasn't done enough to denounce this extremist element that is so obviously present in the faith.
I'm Jason Wirt.
Dr. Ben Carson is getting scrutiny for some claims he's made in his new book about his experiences growing up. A CNN reporter attempted to verify stories of the Republican presidential candidate's violent temper, such as threatening his mom with a hammer and an attempted stabbing. None of the 9 friends, former classmates, and neighbors of Carson recalled those specific stories or Carson having a violent past. At a bookstore stop in South Florida, Carson refused to name people who could corroborate his stories. This is USA Radio News, powered by westernjournalism.com. I'm Melody Burkett.
Your connection to quality cannabis insurance services is spelled K-A-E-R-C-H-E-R. That's Karcher Insurance. We have worked with ventures like cannabis for over 60 years. We're proud to represent over 50 companies with tailor-made cannabis plans for owners just like you to insure your product, your plants, and your pursuits. K-A-E-R-C-H-E-R spells out their full-service insurance services, ranging from commercial to bonds to personal, from life to health, and more. Contact the team at KarcherInsurance.com and let our experience work for you. That's K-A-E-R-C-H-E-R Insurance.com.
Contact Karen and the team at Karcher Insurance at 1-844-421-3560. That's 844-421-3560.
Cannabis Confidential with Dr. Dina. Candid.
I want to give you the inside story.
Captivating.
I want to introduce you to my kind and amazingly talented friends.
Compelling.
We get to meet some of the most amazing cannabis activists and warriors around.
Listen in as medical marijuana pioneer Dr. Dina shares never-before-heard stories, chats with cannabis insiders and celebrity friends, and provides invaluable perspective and insight into one of the fastest-growing industries in the world.
I want to share with you what was once confidential information. Let's expose the truth, discuss the issues, and learn the facts.
Cannabis Confidential, only on CannabisRadio.com.
USA Radio Sports, I'm Tammy Rose. Steve Curry scored 31 points as the Warriors cut down the Clippers 112-108 in a seesaw affair in Oakland. Warriors head coach Luke Walton says Curry overcame a lot to have a big night.
Had a couple shots that he normally hits didn't go, and, when we really needed him most, he stepped up for us, and he made huge plays.
The defending NBA champions improved to a 5-0 and handed the Clippers their first loss of the season. LeBron James scored 23 points and tore 2 sleeves as the Cavaliers rallied for a 96-86 win over the Knicks. James says they grinded out the win.
We did it again tonight by, finally, walking down defensively, locking down contested shots.
This is USA Radio News, powered by westernjournalism.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-479-2697. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-479-2697.
Know what's always on my mind, kid? Safety. I live, eat, and breathe safety. When I wake up in the morning, I have a large cup of safety with 2 sugars and a dash of safety. Safety matters. Your safety, my safety, everybody's safety. That's why I love Grainger. Grainger has the products, services, and resources to help keep our facility safe and our people safer. Now pass me one of those safety donuts over there. Call clickgrainger.com/safety or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Giants defensive end Jason Pierre-Paul could make his much-anticipated season debut against the Buccaneers this Sunday. JPP hasn't played since injuring his hand in a fireworks accident on the 4th of July, but he believes he can return to Pro Bowl form.
Coming off any injury, you just got to go out there and have that confidence, you know. I got to feel confident in myself, shoot my hand, and doing what I do best.
Royals all-star left fielder Alex Gordon declined his $13.75 million player option and will be a free agent for the first time. He spent his entire 9-year career with Kansas City after being drafted 2nd overall in 2005. Gordon hit .271 with 13 home runs and 48 RBIs in 104 games during the regular season and hit a tying homer in the 9th inning of Game 1 of the World Series as the Royals went on to beat the Mets in 5 games. For USA Radio News, I'm Tammy Rowe.
From high atop Mount Soledad in San Diego, California, 100 feet above sea level. Good morning. It's good news with cannabis nurse Heather.
This plant is amazing. Positive change is happening. We did it. No matter who you are, you can make a positive impact on the world.
I would rather be illegally alive than legally dead.
And that quote helped to give you strength.
Nurse Heather is only on CannabisRadio.com.
Good morning, cannabis nurse Heather.
Seed to sale, clicks to conversions, and more. You're listening to the Cannabis Radio Network.
From the Sky News Centre at 10, some of the thousands of British holidaymakers stranded in Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt will be on their way home tomorrow. Downing Street's confirmed flights from the airport back to the UK will resume, but only hand luggage will be allowed. It follows security concerns after Saturday's Russian plane crash. Egypt's President Sisi says a British team asked to check airport security in his country 10 months ago.
We have received the teams, we have cooperated with them, and they checked the security actions. They were happy with that, and we are still happy to cooperate.
Vauxhall is recalling thousands of its Zafira B models after more than 130 reportedly burst into flames, the car manufacturer.
This is the USA Radio Business Report. I'm Russ Jones. Want someone or something to respond to an email for you? Well, correspondent Larry Olson reports Google has a new bot response for that.
The feature coming to Gmail's inbox email app will automatically suggest 3 short replies for incoming messages based on the context of the message. It works by scanning the incoming emails, then using machine learning to formulate a natural language reply. Google says the more you use the feature, the better its suggestions will become. I'm Larry Olson.
Computer games company Activision Blizzard is set to buy the company that created Candy Crush. It's a deal worth almost $6 billion. Activision says the purchase of King Digital Entertainment will make it a global leader in interactive entertainment across multiple platforms. Powered by westernjournalism.com, this is the USA Radio Business Report. I'm Russ Jones.
Ganjapreneur.com, your guide to the cannabis business world. Ganjapreneur.com is a comprehensive resource for cannabis professionals and entrepreneurs. Download the Ganjapreneur app on your smartphone or tablet to catch up on cannabis industry news, scroll through our daily job listings, and learn about successful cannabis companies, executives, and investors. Ganjapreneur.com, helping Ganjapreneurs grow.